So this might not have been the best time to quit my job and travel Europe, but honestly, when would it be? So as soon as we booked our tickets to Barcelona, that's when the anti-tourism protests started happening. Traveling Europe per year has been something my wife has talked about wanting to do since we were in college, and I was like, that's not possible. It wasn't until I got a remote job where I thought we could do something like that. Obviously that job didn't end up working out for this trip. I'll tell you about that later. But it did teach me that you just have to go for it. So here's the plan. We're about to go to the most touristy part of the city. And if we get sprayed by water guns, who cares? It's hot out here. But first, room tour. So this is our home for 1 month. Here's the beds, clothes, we've got a nice window. So basically we've rented out each place we're gonna stay for about a month. We have about 3 months booked. We're gonna try to stay at least 3 months ahead. That means this month we're going to be planning and booking things for month 4. On Airbnb, you can get discounts for booking for a month. The place was about half the amount of rent we were paying for in the States. Here is our shared kitchen. Got a nice stove, sink, water. And here is our bathroom, shared bathroom. There's the neighbors over there. This is home for the month. This is the most visited monument in all of Spain, which makes sense because it's absolutely incredible. But is it still safe to visit?
So everybody was pretty nice.
Yes, it was crowded, but you expect that from a place like this. Look at the fit. Safe to say we did not get sprayed by water guns. This place was less crowded, but it was also amazing. It seems like the media has been lying to us because nobody cares that we're here. And that was true for most of the touristy places we visited. It was generally overcrowded, but we never felt threatened or like we shouldn't be here. What I've noticed is that it's the more local neighborhoods that are right next to the touristy part that have more of the anti-tourism sentiment. Like this tower, that's part of the festival. That was actually supposed to be a way larger tower of people, but the locals kind of complained about it, so they had to do a smaller one. But even here, the people were nice. For example, this one old lady, she asked us what was going on. We told her it was a festival, and she said, wow, I've lived here all my life and I never knew that this happened, which is insane, but she was really nice. There are some cultural differences that if you don't know, then you will get funny looks while you're here. Usually this happens at places to eat and kind of slower than we're used to. Like they'll just go out and sit on an outdoor table and just wait there. Like, how do you know a waiter's coming? And then like at the end, the waiters don't come to like give you the check. They'll just let you sit there for hours. We're gonna do it. As you can see, we're in a local neighborhood. They do not like us here, but we're gonna go try anyways. So the trick is to make eye contact with the people inside. That way they at least know that you're there. A waiter came out pretty quickly to help us. It worked out, guys. You can also just walk in and tell them you'll stay outside. I've seen people do that. When we were done, we just went inside to pay. So I actually planned this trip assuming that I was still going to be working remotely. When I first told my boss about the trip, he was very chill about it. He's like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Do it, for sure. But as soon as the trip started getting closer, people at the company started feeling a little bit uncomfortable about the trip. Basically, it was either we don't go on the trip that we've been planning and that my wife has been wanting to do for a very long time, or I quit my job and go anyways. So that's what we did, which is which should be a journey. I don't know if we'll be able to like see this whole trip through, but if you want to follow along with us and see if we actually do it, you can subscribe and hit that like button. Peace.